Dun 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 dun. Bow down down do 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 do. Woohoo! Doon doon do do do. Celebrate good times. Come on, let's celebrate. Dun, dun, dun. Celebrate good times. Come on, let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now, celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Hey guys, come on with Silver 5150 here today. Got a mountain of Krakens. Can you really say Kraken without going Kraken? It's like Optimus Prime saying Kraken. Autobots transform into the Kraken. Actually, I don't even think there's enough Autobots to transform into the Kraken. Look at this. Got the ship ripped in half. You guys have seen these before. We had them in the morning update and stuff. But I got to tell you, man, I just never get enough. Look at just the richness of these Krakens, free to roam about the world and cause havoc, just glistening and shiny and rich, delicious 4.9 silver, guys. I'm telling you. You know, we give, the Royal Canadian Mint a lot of beef, all right? We do. Because they have milk spots, or, they have a shortage, or they this or they that, or maybe sometimes their premium's too high. But I showed you a 2014 Woolly Mammoth that was a premium coin for the Royal Canadian Mint. And they've been doing this for years, by the way. The Royal Canadian Mint, they have been minting these crazy fancy coins for many, many years. 1 ounce, proof coins that anything you can think of, butterflies, flowers, maple leaves, critters of every kind, birds, they got series and series and series and series and series. And so, I think that's kind of how they make their real money, because I don't think they make their money off of stackers that are stacking bullion. And this is what I go for. Now, you saw that mammoth this morning, and that was something that the broker helped me get years ago, using coupons and juggling and military discounts and anything you could think of under the sun to get it to go through. And I think we end up getting those mammoths for like $32 or something like that. At the time when the spot price was around 19. So that's not a bad deal for a proof coin, because now I'm pretty sure they retail around $89 or something like that. I've only got one left. I had 3 total, and I've given some away as gifts to very special people in my life, and I don't regret that at all. I still got one left. But Royal Canadian Mint, man, I mean, they've got over 600 different designs in silver, just in silver, not in gold. Gold designs for Royal Canadian Mint, I really don't know, because I just don't care as much. It's not silver. Imagine that. Anyway, but just real quick, the Royal Canadian Mint was established in, I guess, 1908? They used to be part of the Royal Mint, of course, which is of Great Britain. But then, that's what it was. They were the Royal Mint in Ottawa, is what they were called, I guess. And then later on, they just became the Royal Canadian Mint in 1908. So that's pretty cool. And but because of that, they're still considered a constitutional monarchy. And as a result, they've got to have the effigy of Her Majesty, the Queen, on their coins, and they keep that to this day. They probably could fight it and have her off the coin, but you know what? They're more than happy with it. So, you know what? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I know there's history behind the throne, and I know there's been a lot of questionable activity over the centuries, but you know what? We're getting to bullion now. We're moving into the future, and I'm a futurist, guys. In case you haven't noticed, I am a dreamer and a futurist. I don't sit there and dwell on the past too much. I try to learn enough about history to figure out what's going to happen in the future, Mike Maloney always says, but I don't dwell too much on the past, especially past wrongs, because if you haven't noticed by now, I am kind of, biblically driven, and I believe in forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to us moving forward. No matter what it is, we have to learn to forgive, and that way we can move on. So back to the Royal Canadian Mint. In 2007, if you guys did not know this, the Royal Canadian Mint, they went out on a limb and they minted a 100 kilogram gold coin. It was a 100 kilogram maple leaf, I think. Yeah, 100 kilogram gold maple leaf that retailed, I think, at the time for 4.3 million Canadian dollars, which I guess might be 3.8 million American dollars. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because in 2017, it was stolen by four guys when it was in Berlin, and it was cut up and sold in a black market. I know, the world's largest gold coin had to be the world's largest gold coin. 100 kilograms? What is that? It's like 320 pounds? No. It's a lot. I can't do the math right now. I think it's like a ton. Anyway, so that coin is gone. Will they make another one? I don't know. But I know the four guys, they were on trial last year. They got caught, they got busted, but they do not know the whereabouts of the coin. Or do they? Shawshank Redemption. All right. But, that maple leaf is going to be something that, I think is a shame. I'm not a big fan of maple leafs per se, but, a 100 kilogram coin of any size, especially with silver, that would break my heart. All right. So, the first 4.9 silver. So this is 4.9 silver here. Let's go ahead and get in close on another Kraken. See, I can't even do it. I can't even say Kraken normally. Kraken. Whew, wow, that was uncomfortable. 4.9's fine silver became available in 1988 from the Royal Canadian Mint when they first... Come on, what are you doing? When they first minted their 4.9 silver maple leafs for that year. So in 1988, that's when it happened. It was new technology in minting, of course, and you can only imagine what the milk spots were in those first runs of those coins. The 4.9's fine. But, the thing is, we need to clear this up real quick. 4.9's fine. And I make the habit of straightening these coins out because I am OCD that way. The 4.9's fine. It does not mean that you're getting less silver, for example. It just means that, there is 4.9's of fineness in that silver. What am I looking at here? Oh, there it is. Yeah, 4.9's fineness in that silver, but it's still 1 full ounce of 4.9 silver, and the 0.0001 ounce is probably titanium or something to keep the coin, sturdy and steady so it can take the beating like it's taking here. Hang on. Silver protectionist, I apologize in advance. Going to get a little therapy. This is a little difficult. Oh my gosh, guys. If you haven't done this, find some buffaloes or something. Buffalo! And get out there and get in there and feel the weight and the purity of your wealth, the weight and the purity of your work, your blood, sweat, and tears, the solvency of your investment, knowing that it's a good investment, no matter what the naysayers and the trolls say out there. And by the way, let me be clear. Some of our people are not trolls. They're simply not as enthusiastic about stacking as we are. They're stackers, that, just aren't as wild as some of us are, right? But the trolls, we know who they are. They're different. They come on and like, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. That's stupid. You're never going to make any money, and you need to buy Bitcoin. And I go, oh, they just came from like the Bitcoin page. Okay, that's all cool. That's all fine and good. You know what? I have no animus against anybody. I say, basically invest in any alternative currency you want to, any alternative vehicle you want to, outside of the dollar, because the dollar at some point will fall apart. And I think probably in like the next year to 2 years, the dollar is going to really unravel and start to become worthless. Look, Jerome Powell said this on 60 Minutes, that we can electronically and physically print as much currency as we want. There is no limit. Now there is a limit in that Congress has to ratify, and they have to kiss and bless whatever they're going to send out into the public, which is not true either. They could just wire it directly to us if they want it. But the Fed's smart. They don't want responsibility for whatever goes wrong. Congress told us. We got with Congress, and Congress said this, and Congress said, okay, fine. So they're out of the woods on that. All right. So 4.9 silver versus 3.9s. Royal Canadian Mint has it now. Geiger, who mints the Edemetal bars, and then Geiger also does, I think, the Somali series. So elephants, leopards, and all those guys, and then probably a couple of other foreign mints too. So they're 4.9s. Who else is 4.9s right now? Oh yes, the Perth Mint does a lot of 4.9 stuff also. So 4.9 silver, I don't know if it's going to really matter between 4.9s and 3.9s. But I know I just wanted a lot of 4.9 silver, and I've got a lot of 4.9 silver. In case it's going to make future technologies easier to produce. It's going to make that pursuit of the startup companies and the new technologies is going to make the production process easier for those. I don't know. It could matter. It could not. I don't know. But I'm not even going to take the chance because it's gorgeous, the 4.9 silver, right? And it's as affordable as the 3.9s. So have yourself some 3.9s, have yourself some 4.9s. I even got some 925 out of Russia. But those are coins that I'm going to bring those back out of the depository so we can look at them again. If you haven't seen my older videos, they're on the older videos. I did videos of every single thing out of that 12,000 ounces I took to the depository. There are videos for every single thing that went to that depository that day. So go back in old videos and check those things out. Probably not as fun as these, but I mean, they're still pretty good videos. All right. So, silver in future technologies. And there's really only two technologies I'm going to be interested in right out the gate as we get into the new economy, the new sci-fi economy. I think it's going to be called Cliff High of halfpasthuman.com. Also the guy that bought us the liposomal vitamin C, chaga mushroom, and the D3 information says that we're going to be in a sci-fi economy coming on the other side of this crisis here. And so what is that going to mean? It's going to mean jetpacks and flying cars and, transporters, to different, no, not that. Sci-fi is probably going to be just clean energies, this sort of thing. Clean energy technology is going to be huge, by the way. It's probably going to encompass most of the new economy activity out there. Solar energy, hydrogen energy. What else we got? We got solar, hydrogen, clean energies, wind. Okay, wind's going to be a tough one because you got to consider this. People give petroleum a hard time. And, I get it because petroleum does have a lot of emissions that it lets off and it's not very good for the environment. But the amount of power that's generated, you can argue the merits of that. So until you can fly a 747 from New York to London on solar power, it's going to have to be petroleum. But it will happen at some point. Solar will be able to do that. Hydrogen probably do it now, but the technology, for whatever reason, is not getting off the ground. And speaking of hydrogen technology, silver. If you have silver and you have 90% hydrogen peroxide, and guys, don't try this at home. I don't even know if you can get 90% hydrogen peroxide, but if you can get silver and make a silver catalyst, so silver like a silver tube or some kind of silver combustion chamber, and it was made with silver or lined with 4.9s or 3.9s fine silver. I think the purer the better. And you were to pour 90% pure hydrogen peroxide in it. The silver will react as a catalyst and remove the extra atom to the oxygen in hydrogen peroxide. So understand hydrogen peroxide as a elemental number is something like H2O2. So water is H2O, right? So 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. Then H2O2 is 2 parts hydrogen, 2 parts oxygen, which is really, kind of toxic. But then silver with reaction to that 90%, 90% pure or better, will remove that atom, instantly generate a tremendous amount of heat in the form of steam. And that steam can be used to power, pretty much anything, depending on how much you have. So think about that. We've got the silver that can react with hydrogen peroxide in a pure form and create essentially jet exhaust or, jet style propulsion or power generation or this sort of thing. So there's two technologies. Well, wait, there's the first technology, sorry. And then the second technology, of course, is solar. How much silver do you think is in the average solar panel right now? And before you answer or before you think about it or look it up on Google, think about the number of homes and, fields, out in the middle of nowhere that has the solar panels and, people that have them on their farms and stuff and all the green technologies, that are, the EPA requirements and the environmental requirements and the impact statements that are requiring solar technology. You look on top of carports and overhangs and anywhere you see industrial buildings and stuff like that. And now I think in California, they're mandating that every home that's built from 2020 on, mandatory, they have solar panels placed on them. You ready? 2/3 of an ounce. Okay? So 20 grams of silver, average now, on average, because some solar panels require more because they're bigger. Some panels require less. But on average, all solar panels right now require 2/3 almost, 2/3 of an ounce of silver. So just consider that. Not talking about the medical stuff, not talking about jewelry, not talking about this beautiful bullion grade investable insurance vehicle. We're talking about just solar panel technology. And then once you start and get into the different, propulsion systems and stuff like that, silver is going to be involved in all of it. And this is what I mean by the new silver age: as money, as medicine, as technology. It just is going to have unlimited uses and stuff. And now that we're living in a hostile viral world, how will those applications increase medically? Because right now it's being used quite a bit. And the thing about it is that silver being used medically is in such minute amounts that it's not really counted for much at all. But those items that it's in, those things that are produced medically with silver, be it silver silverine cream that's used for dressing wounds, be it the different types of antibacterial toolings and coatings and all this stuff that's used for surgery. That gets disposed of in landfills at some point or something like that. Some may be recovered. But until the price of silver gets past $600, and that's another reason why silver has to go past $600, because it has to be made profitable for people who want to go after it. All right, the silver age is going to have people owning silver. It's going to have people using silver, and it's going to have people trying to recover silver because it's going to be lucrative for them to do so. Yeah, I can talk about it all day, but just wait until it happens, and then listen to me talking about it while it's happening, because I'll still be talking about it. Okay, so there you go. You got your two different technologies. You've got solar power, right? And then, there's that finger again, you've got jet propulsion. Oh my God, what is that? You guys are familiar with this, right? This is from United States Mint. Diary of a Space Junkie. This is me. This is the commemorative United States lunar coin for the lunar program. All right, Apollo 11 commemorative coin. This is a 5-ounce coin. And of course, the design is what? Ooh, man, I'm shaking. The design is the helmet face of the astronaut, I think Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin. It's down there on the surface, and they're looking at you through their helmet. Then on the back, of course, is the foot of Neil Armstrong, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, Neil Armstrong. One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. But, guys, I'm a space nut. I'm a technology junkie. I want to see this future that we're talking about, the future, sci-fi future that we're going to get into. And I believe that the one single element that's going to be more instrumental than anything else is going to be bullion grade silver. And why is that? Because out of all the things they're going to use to build this new technology, to build the flying rocket chairs and the rocket packs and the propulsion systems for the landers if they're going to go to Mars, all of the circuitry they're involved with the computing systems and all that is probably going to be mostly silver, right? But guess what? In order to create that stuff, you got to have manpower, man hours, labor, and that requires what? The money. Think about it. Silver is the material and the money. Now, gold can be the material and the money also, but gold, well, it gets kind of pricey because gold's going to go up, exponentially to silver. Silver will close in a bit, but silver is going to be a more affordable choice, and I think it actually is better at conducting electricity than gold, if I'm not mistaken. But guys, feel free in the comments to correct me on that. There's probably a handful of things I missed or was not quite off, but I'm just, again, trying to get you to think about the implications. You wonder about your retirement. You wonder about your investment. You wonder if you made the right decision in your investment. Guys, this is a can't-lose scenario. You're investing in bullion-grade silver. Just the sight of it alone is enough to carry it across the finish line. But there's more to it than that. There is a market system that values it daily, revalues it daily, and currently there is an active element, government and banks, working against it to make it seem worthless, to make it seem cheap and inexpensive and not worth your time. So it's easy for us to accumulate. And if you think it's not easy to accumulate now at $25 an ounce, you wait, guys. There will be a time where you're like, well, guys, I guess we're not accumulating anymore. We're just spending, just like I said yesterday. All right, guys, a lot of yammering here today, but you know how excited I get about silver, man. You know how excited I get about the future, what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking about stuff. We're going to be at our secret coin shows. We're going to be at our little, symposiums and forums and stuff. I've got an idea where, one year I'm going to see if we can kind of get together and do like Mardi Gras, Carnival, Burning Man in Vegas, all in like the same stretch, all in one year, and then of course, talk and chat and make videos about that as the silver goes flying to pay for everything. Pretty good stuff, huh? All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that, and we'll get back to you tomorrow morning with the morning update. But always, always feel good about your investment, and know that just 4 ounces to your name puts you 99% ahead of the game, and your stack is not whack. You know this. Your stack is not whack because you are investing in the singular biggest underdog in the history of mankind in investing. Right on. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment. And, of course, when you subscribe, hit that notification bell that says all so you get more content like this. Have a great night, and I will see you guys at the morning update tomorrow. Ciao.